Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the hidden stories within company filings, and today we're diving into Nuveen Global Cities REIT, Incorporated's latest report to see what kind of distributions they've been making. Before we dive in, if you enjoy getting straightforward insights from official documents like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And hey, we've got a growing community over on Discord where we break down these filings further, with a link right in the description below, so come join us. Alright, so what we have here is a Form 8K filing, which is basically a report for significant events that shareholders should know about right away. In this case, the big news is all about distributions. Think of distributions as how this real estate investment company, Nuveen Global Cities REIT, or NGCRI, shares its profits with its investors, its stockholders. The report is dated the 19th of September 2025, and it is telling us about distributions that were declared on that very day. This company is focused on real estate, specifically global cities, meaning they probably invest in properties located in major cities around the world. When a company is structured as a REIT, a real estate investment trust, it has to pay out a large portion of its taxable income to shareholders as distributions. So, these announcements are pretty crucial for investors. This section, Regulation FD Disclosure, is all about making sure that important information is shared with everyone at the same time. No funny business of giving one person a heads up before others. And the information they're sharing is about these distributions declared for different classes of their common stock for stockholders who are on the books as of a specific record date. The record date here is the 30th of August 2025. This means if you own shares of Nuveen Global Cities REIT on that specific day, you are entitled to the distribution that was announced on the 19th of September. Now, let's look at the numbers because that is where the real story is. They've broken this down by class of common stock: Class T, Class S, Class D, Class I, and Class N. For each of these, they're re-showing the gross distribution, which is the total amount before any fees are taken out. Then they show the advisory fee and the stockholder servicing fee. And finally, the net distribution, which is what the stockholder actually receives after those fees. Let's take a look at Class T common stock first. The gross distribution per S-Hair was $0.0647739. So that is the starting point then. An advisory fee of $0.01163,053 was taken out. And a stockholder's servicing fee of $0.000834416 was also deducted. After all that, the net distribution, the money that actually goes to the investor, was $0.04479923 per S-Hair. Moving on to Class S common stock, the gross distribution was the same, $0.0647739. The advisory fee here was $0.0114840, and the stockholder servicing fee was $0.0082445. This resulted in a net distribution of $0.045045337 per S-Hair. Now for Class D common stock, still the same gross distribution of $0.0647739. The advisory fee was a bit higher at $0.011657771, and the stockholder servicing fee was $0.0024596. The net distribution for Class D stockholders was $0.050656661 per S-Hair. For Class I common stock, the gross distribution was the same $0.0647739. Interestingly, the advisory fee was $0.0116124, but there was no reported stockholder servicing fee for this class, as indicated by the dash. This led to a net distribution of $0.0531615 per S-Hair. And finally, Class N common stock. Gross distribution is again $0.064477392. The advisory fee was $0.0629916. And like Class I, there was no stockholder servicing fee. This gives a net distribution of $0.0584760 per S-Hair. What stands out here is the difference in net distributions despite the same gross distribution. This is all due to the varying advisory and servicing fees for each share class. For example, Class N shareholders received the highest net distribution at over 5.5 cents per S-Hair, while Class T shareholders received the lowest at just under 4.5 cents. This is a common structure in the investment world where different share classes have different fee structures, which directly impacts the investor S return. The report also mentions that these net distributions are payable on or about the 22nd of September 2025, and investors can choose to receive this in cash or have it reinvested into more shares of the company through their distribution reinvestment plan. The report is signed off by Robert J. Redican, who holds the positions of Chief Financial Officer and Treasurer. This confirmation adds a level of officiality to the declared distributions. So, what is the takeaway from all this? Nuveen Global Cities REIT is consistently distributing profits to its shareholders, which is what you'd expect from a REIT. The key thing investors need to pay attention to is the fee structure associated with their specific share class. A slightly higher fee, even if seemingly small, can eat into your returns over time. In this filing, Class N investors seem to have come out on top with the highest net distribution, likely due to lower servicing fees. Looking at the broader picture, this filing doesn't give us a deep dive into the company's operational performance or its real estate portfolio's health. It is purely an announcement about distributions. For a full understanding of Nuveen Global Cities REIT's financial situation, we'd need to look at their more comprehensive quarterly or annual reports, which would detail things like their property income, operating expenses, and overall asset value. However, based solely on this announcement, the company is fulfilling its obligation to distribute profits. The significant differences in net distributions across share classes highlight the importance of understanding the specific terms and fees associated with the class of shares you own. Investors should consider whether the benefits of a particular share class outweigh its fees. Without more financial data, it is hard to say if these distributions are sustainable or reflect strong underlying performance, but it's a positive sign that they are distributing. Alright, that is our quick decode of this Nuveen Global Cities REIT filing. What is your take on these distribution numbers and the different share class fees? Do you invest in REITs, and how do you approach choosing between different share classes? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a like, subscribe for more content like this, and definitely check out our Discord community linked in the description for more in-depth discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next decode.